One more for good practice. Let's use B for ba, I for e, and G for ga. What do we get? Ba, ga, big. You did it. You read 3 words, cat, pen, and big. Give yourself a round of applause. The secret to getting good at this is practice. Don't worry if it feels slow at first. Every single person who can read started just like this, sounding out letters one by one. The more you do it, the faster and more automatic it becomes. I recommend spending just 5 to 10 minutes every day reviewing the letter sounds. You can make flashcards or just say them out loud. Say the letter name, A, and then its sound, then B, bum, and so on. This repetition will build a strong foundation in your brain, making the next steps much easier. Let's quickly review what we learned today, because it's a lot. We started with the 26 letters of the English alphabet. We learned that these letters are divided into 2 groups, vowels, E, I, O, U, and consonants, which are all the other letters. We learned the short sounds for each of our 5 main vowels. And most importantly, we learned how to blend the sounds of consonants and vowels together to read simple CVC words like cat, pen, and big. You've taken a huge first step today, and you should be incredibly proud of yourself. Learning a new skill, especially reading, opens up a whole new world. In our next video, part 2 of this series, we will dive deeper into more consonant sounds. We'll also practice reading more CVC words and maybe even introduce some slightly more complex words. The journey is just beginning, and it's full of exciting discoveries. Remember, consistency is key. A little bit of practice each day goes a long way. Before you know it, you'll be reading sentences, then paragraphs, and then whole stories. You have the ability to do this, and we're here to guide you every step of the way. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Are you just starting to learn English and feeling a little overwhelmed when you try to read? You see a word, you think you know how it sounds, but then you hear a native speaker say it completely differently. It's super frustrating, right? You're not alone. The English language can be tricky, with all its silent letters and weird pronunciation rules. But don't worry, because today, I'm going to break it all down for you. We're going to go through some simple, effective strategies that will help you read English correctly and with confidence. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear roadmap to improve your reading skills. So grab a notebook and let's get started. First things first, we need to talk about phonics. What is phonics? Simply put, it's the relationship between letters and sounds. Unlike some languages where one letter equals one sound, English is a bit more creative. The 26 letters of the alphabet can create over 44 different sounds. That's the core of the problem. So the first step is to learn the basic sounds of each letter. We all know A is for apple, B is for ball, but we need to go deeper. Let's practice a few. The letter A can sound like A in catch, A in father, or A in late. The letter C can sound like AK in cat, or an S in city. Getting these fundamentals down is your foundation. I recommend finding a good phonics chart online. There are tons of free ones. And just practice saying the sounds out loud every day. Just 5 minutes a day will make a huge difference. Once you're comfortable with individual letter sounds, it's time to move on to letter combinations. This is where things get interesting. English has things called digraphs, which are 2 letters that make one sound. For example, sich makes the sh sound, like in shoe or fish. CH makes the CH sound, as in chair or cheese. Then you have the, which can be a soft sound like in think, or a buzzy sound like in this. Another common one is PH, which makes the yef sound like in phone. It might seem like a lot to memorize, but you'll start seeing these patterns everywhere. The key is active learning. When you're reading, don't just skim over words. When you see SH or CH, pause and consciously say the sound. This active practice builds muscle memory for your brain and your mouth. Next up, let's tackle the infamous silent letters. Why are they even there? It's a long story involving the history of the language, but we don't need to get into that. We just need to know how to deal with them. Think about the word no. The K is silent. Or the word listen, the T is silent. How about island? The S is completely silent. There are some common patterns here too. For example, kakwa is often silent before N at the beginning of a word, like knife or night. B is often silent after net at the end of a word, like comb or thumb. Again, the best way to learn these is through exposure. Create a list of common silent letter words and practice reading them aloud. You can even turn it into a game. The more you see them and say them, the more natural it will become. Now let's talk about vowels, because they are the true troublemakers of English pronunciation. We have short vowel sounds and long vowel sounds. Short vowels are the sounds you typically learn first. A as in apple, E as in egg, I as in octopus, and U as in umbrella. Long vowels, on the other hand, usually say their name. So the long A sounds like the A in cake. The long E sounds like the Y in feet. The long I sounds like the die in ice. The long O sounds like the Joe, and the long U sounds like the U in cute. So how do you know when to use a short or long vowel sound? One of the most useful rules is the magic E rule or silent E. When a word has a vowel, then a consonant, and then a silent E at the end, the first vowel usually becomes a long vowel. Take the word cap, short A, add an Y to the end, and it becomes cape. The now says its name. Kit becomes kite. Hop becomes hope. Cub becomes cube. This one little rule can unlock the pronunciation of thousands of words. So next time you see a word ending in E, check if it follows this pattern. It's a game changer for beginner readers. Another crucial skill is learning to break down long words into smaller parts, or syllables. Trying to read a word like information or congratulations all at once is intimidating. But if you break it down, it's much easier. Information. Congratulations. Each syllable usually has one vowel sound. How do you find the syllables? A simple trick is to look for the vowels. Generally, every time you hear a vowel sound, that's one syllable. You can also try the chin drop method. Put your hand under your chin and say the word slowly. Every time your chin drops, that's a syllable. Breaking down words like this not only makes them easier to pronounce, but also helps you see the smaller root words and prefixes or suffixes inside them, which will help with your vocabulary too. Now, let's be real. English has a lot of rules, but it also has a lot of exceptions. These are what we call sight words. These are common words that don't follow the regular phonics rules, and you just have to memorize them. Words like this, said, was, chov, one. You'll see them so often that you need to be able to recognize them instantly, without trying to sound them out. The best way to learn sight words is with flashcards. Write the word on one side and maybe a picture or a sentence on the other. Go through them every day until you can read them in a split second. Mastering the most common 100 or 200 sight words will make your reading speed and fluency skyrocket. So you've learned the phonics, the rules, and the exceptions. What's the most important thing you can do now? Read a lot, but start simple. Don't go pick up a Shakespeare play. Start with materials made for learners. Children's books are absolutely fantastic for this. The language is simple, the sentences are short, and the pictures provide context, which helps you understand the story even if you don't know every word. Graded readers are another excellent resource. These are books that are specially written for different levels of English learners, from beginner to advanced. Find books at your level and just enjoy the process. Don't stress about understanding every single word. Try to get the main idea. The more you read, the more you'll see the patterns we've talked about today, and the more confident you'll become. And my final tip is to use technology to your advantage. When you're reading on your phone or computer, use online dictionaries that have an audio feature. If you see a new word, don't just look up the meaning. Click the little speaker icon and listen to how it's pronounced. Listen to it a few times and then try to say it yourself. Record yourself saying it and compare it to the original. There are also great apps that use text-to-speech technology. You can paste in a piece of text and have it read aloud to you. Follow along with the text as you listen. This is called shadowing, and it's a powerful technique for connecting the written word to the spoken word. It helps train your ears and your mouth at the same time. So to recap, start with the basic sounds of phonics. Learn common letter combinations like SH and CH. Master the magic E rule to understand long and short vowels. Practice breaking long words into syllables. Memorize common sight words using flashcards. And most importantly, read, starting with simple materials like children's books. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we read diving into something that so many of you have asked about. How to make reading in English feel less like a chore and more like Well, fun. It can be super frustrating when you hit a wall of text and feel like you re-deciphering a secret code. But trust me, with the right strategy, you can unlock a whole new world of stories, knowledge, and entertainment. So grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's break down how to read English easily, step by step. The very first step, and maybe the most important one, is to change your mindset. A lot of learners feel pressured to understand every single word. This is the biggest trap you can fall into. It slows you down, makes you frustrated, and kills your motivation. Professional linguists and even native speakers don't know every single word they encounter. The real goal isn't to be a walking dictionary. It's to understand the main idea, the overall message. So let us make a promise to ourselves right now. We will stop stressing about every unknown word. Instead, we're going to focus on comprehension and flow. Give yourself permission to not know everything. It's liberating, I promise. Okay, mindset check complete. Now for step 2. Choose the right material. This is crucial. If you a beginner trying to read a dense academic journal or a classic novel like Moby Dick, you're setting yourself up for a really tough time. You need to read things that are at your level or just slightly above it. This is called comprehensible input. You want to find material where you understand most of it, maybe around 80 to 90%, or to become a confident, fluent English reader. It just takes the right strategy and dedication. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you found this guide helpful. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more language learning tips. Let me know in the comments what you're currently reading in English. I'd love to hear about it. Keep reading, and I'll see you in the next video.